Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be working on the Honda Aero 50 again. We're going to be fixing the carburetor since it has a big leak. So I bought another one off of eBay. Hopefully this product from eBay doesn't break on me like the last one if you saw my last video. But yeah, so let's get into it. We have the carburetor, I have some Honda replacement gaskets, and then everything we're going to need. So you're going to need a flathead screwdriver so as we can adjust the set screws for idling and fuel control, two 10mm wrenches, a 10mm ratchet or gun, and then some carb cleaner. But yeah, so the first thing we're going to do for the scooter is we're going to remove the panels, that way we have access to everything. So now that we have the panels removed, you guys can see right here, this is the carburetor, and then it runs right here into the air box. So first of all, we're gonna have to undo these two bolts right here, undo the two fuel lines from the gas tank that go right here into the carb, and then this little cap right here, and then it should come out. Okay, so I finally took the carburetor out, and so this was our problem. So if it'll focus here, this is like the main portion of the carburetor, and this little piece right here is called the floater. And so what happens is when the carburetor fills up with gas when it's off, this keeps the gas from coming out like that. But my floater was stuck open and it was sitting like that, like all my gas come out my air intake and then leak out. So and then it also, the carburetor wouldn't let the scooter idle properly. I would have to give it gas or else it would die. Okay, so now that everything is off, I'm gonna get the new carburetor, take it apart, maybe clean it, and then throw some new gaskets in, and we can throw it right back in. Okay, so I have the throttle cable connected for the carburetor, as well as the little plug that runs into the harness. So now it's time to bolt it up, and I also need to hurry because this glove is literally full of gas, because I decided to do this with a full tank of gas.
One eternity later.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, so I decided, the fuel line, we'll zip tie a rubber glove to it, and the rubber glove just popped, and now there's gas all over the scooter. Okay, number one rule, don't follow whatever I do. Okay. Well, good news, the carburetor is on, it is bolted up. I'm not 100% sure if I did this correctly. We will know if it does not start. The fuel line is connected, so I'm gonna put a few things back and we're gonna start it. Okay, here's the first initial startup with the new carburetor. Not everything is put back on, but this is just to know that it starts. So I got it started, and so we're gonna start it, and I'm gonna hold it, and I'm gonna try to get to idle with these two screws. So what we're gonna do is, I kind of mess with them, but we're gonna start them right both here, and then we're gonna test it, and then we're gonna count every rotation that we do with the screwdriver. Okay, so after installing the carburetor, I did get to idle with just playing with the set screws. I'm gonna have to play with them a little more just to get the idle just slightly down and a lot smoother than it is now. But that is great progress, since when just yesterday, if you wanted to use it, you'd have to constantly give it gas or else it would just die, but now it just idles by itself. So that should mean that when I put a new battery in it, all I have to do is press the electric start button with the engine on, and then it'll immediately start. But yeah, so now I'm gonna put the airbox back on, get everything back on, and then I'm just gonna let idle, because my last one, after you'd run it a long time and it was still kind of cold, it would leak gas out the air intake. So we're gonna put a tray under that and just see if it'll leak. If it doesn't, then it's all good. We can throw my new air intake filter and the new gasket, and it'll be ready to go. Okay, so after letting it idle for probably about 10 minutes and then giving it some hard revs and like really running it up the motor, it's done pretty well. It hasn't died yet. I've left the set screws at a good place. The idle is probably a little higher than where it should be, but I'm gonna over time adjust that so it's just perfect. I've never messed with set screws before, so I'm still kind of learning which one does what and how it controls the motor. But yeah, so as I said, the last one was leaking gas right out here and it was dripping, but this is pretty dry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go put the gasket in this little lip right here and then put the new air intake that I was doing, pop the cover on, and then the motor will be good. It'll idle and what nice and everything. And what is also cool, so if I turn the key on, motor on, that was a really rough start, but that's in progress. Before I would have had to give it gas, and it would take me like 5-10 minutes just to get started like this. So it is progress. Alright, here I have the new gasket for the air filter. You can see it right here. It's like a rubber little material. So we'll just go ahead and put this in. Alright, and then this must be a universal product because there's a little leftover. So I'm just gonna trim it right here. And then I'm just going to try to push it in very carefully with the screwdriver, just as like a little tool, keep it in there. Okay, and just like that, the gasket is on. We also here have a new filter. And that is a very tight fit for the filter, but now we have the filter on. It doesn't sit in there perfect, but I think it's meant to be tight, that way you don't have any gaps. So it does a nice fit. This obviously isn't important, so it's fine. And now we can put this little cover back on for the air filter, which I believe goes something like And just like that, I have the cover with the air filter and the new gasket on. I got everything bolted up, and so now it's good to go with the new carburetor, air filter, and it's ready to run. We made some good progress on the scooter today. We got to idle, put the air intake and the new gasket put back in. It runs really well. I'm gonna continue messing with the idler screws so as it idles perfect. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed today's video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.